Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, I'm going to be talking about Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive tackle Luke Goedeke. We've literally gone through the entire starting offensive line at this point, and Luke Goedeke, in my opinion, you can argue has the most interesting situation out of all of them, because Luke Goedeke is going into a contract year where he's played pretty well so far up to this point and could be expected to make a lot of money going forward. Let's take a look at last year. He had a 73.7 overall grade that was 30th out of 140 eligible tackles in the NFL. That's both left and right tackles, by the way. A 75.8 pass blocking grade that was 34th out of 140 eligible tackles, and a run blocking grade of 76.4 that was 18th out of 140th eligible tackles. So any way you slice it, Luke Goedeke is playing like a top half tackle in this league. He is going to get a big payday going forward. And it raises some questions, and in my opinion, possibly some concerns as well about the Buccaneers' ability to keep Goedeke going forward. Now, we did hear general manager Jason Light talk about them working on contracts for Goedeke, for Rachaad White, for K-Dot, and all of those different types of things. Of course, you can't keep everybody, right? You just can't at the end of the day. Goedeke, he is only 27 years old as well in the last year of his contract. He doesn't have well, actually, no, I think it does have a market value of $16.5 million, according to SpotRack.com. They're already paying Tristan Wirfs a ton of money in his current deal as well. I am cautiously concerned about their ability to keep Goedeke moving forward, because Wirfs has a $36 million cap hit the next 4 seasons going forward. So you take that, combine it with possibly Goedeke making about $16 million per year in that mix as well. $52 million for 2 tackles. Baker Mayfield's going to need some money after this. Mike Evans going to need some money down the line. It is a dicey situation, to say the least. Now, that doesn't mean that Goedeke has not earned that money. Of course he has. Of course he's earned that money. His transition from moving to left guard over to right tackle was career-altering. Because remember, whenever he first came to the league, he was starting at left guard. Didn't look very good, all things considered. A lot of people thought, oh God, what did the Buccaneers just get themselves into? Right? But then he made that transition over to right tackle, a position that he had played in college, and again, changed the entire trajectory of his career. He went from being a guy with a huge question mark as to what the heck are we going to do with this guy to, holy crap, we have a top half starting tackle in the league too. Really, because Tristan Wirfs, you could argue, is the top starting tackle in the league. Now we have another top half tackle in the league on the other end as well. This is awesome, right? But eventually you do have to pay your guys. And the Bucs have invested, as I said, so much in the offensive side of the ball. Godwin's making $22 million per year. Baker's currently making $30. He's going to be making more than that in his next contract. K-Don's got an expiring deal. Rachaad's got an expiring deal. You just paid Ben Bredeson $7 million per year. So the Bucs have to be, and they will be, careful about how they are spending their money going forward. Of course, I'm not even mentioning the defensive guys that have contracts coming up. Vita Vea comes to mind, as well as Zion McCollum is going to be getting paid. Do you still keep Jamel Dean around? These are some of the really difficult, tough questions. The questions that the Bucs are going to have to ask themselves and see if they're going to be able to afford these types of guys. Goedeke, you could argue, is like top 3 priority in terms of the Buccaneers free agents in 2026. I actually want to see if we can see what their 2026 free agents look like going forward. So, I mean, guys, Mike Evans, Hassan Reddick, Levante David, Greg Gaines. Okay, well, that one's not necessarily the best one in the world, but like Mike Evans, Hassan Reddick, Levante David, Luke Goedeke's in there. No Baker. So Baker must have one more. He has one more year on his deal after that. He's a free agent in 2027, as is Chris Godwin, as is Vita Vea, Jamel Dean. So obviously 2027 is going to be a much tougher year to re-sign guys, but you still got to think about Evans. Maybe if Reddick does play well, do you look to bring him back? Logan Hall might want a new contract. We'll talk about that in a separate video. Luke Goedeke is going to be in that mix. And it goes deeper than just, well, if they have the money to afford it in 2026, why not get it done? Because, look, you got to think about your spending in 27 and in 28 and all those different types of things as well. So I have no questions that Goedeke is going to be able to continue his great level of play. I just wonder if he's going to be so good that he's going to price himself out of Tampa Bay. We'll see. What do you guys think about Luke Goedeke? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about him down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. As always, guys, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.